aligning people, process, and technology with the security vision you got and the security plan that you got, and only then you can reap the full benefits of the technologies you have put in place. Another important point, every stakeholder involved in the security lifecycle in an enterprise needs to know what are the different types of risks. A common risk language needs to be developed and stakeholders need to be made aware. What is a strategic risk? What is an operational risk? What is a financial risk? What is an external risk? These are all different categories of risks which you can be subject to. When you decide on a strategy, implement a strategy, you are actually subject to strategic risk, which can lead to problems for you later on. You need to be aware what those risks are and take care of it. Operational risks, again, when you're opening up your transactions to the internet, what are the risks involved? What are the operational risks involved? You need to be aware of it and take care of it. External risks. Who are the people? What types of external attacks can you be subject to? So how do you factor for it? How many of you know or you have read about the WTC Twin Towers going down? Do you know how many businesses were shut down because of that? Because they did not have a DCP-DR. They had their data center in the Twin Towers, and once the towers collapsed, their entire business collapsed for several months, because of which they lost their brand image, customer loyalty, and they had to shut down their business. That's an external risk. Two planes coming in, crashing into two towers can actually bring down a business which is tens of years old. Like that, there are a number of examples. So you need to be aware what such risks are. Similarly, financial risks. The decisions you take around finance, the decisions you take around vendor payments, these are all financial risks which you are subject to, which you need to be aware of and take care of. As far as IT is concerned, what are the different types of risks? The different types of risks in IT operations are typical IT security risks, some of which we have already spoken about. Availability risk, which is availability of your network, availability of systems, availability of your website when your customer wants it, when your employee wants it, is an IT risk. Performance risk, the latencies involved in accessing your website, the latency involved in your network being available to your employees. These are all performance risks. Is it slowing down, because of which employees are not able to access important systems? Is it slowing down because of which customers are not able to access your website? That's a performance risk. Compliance risk. In India, there aren't as many, but in Western countries, there are laws which you are subject to. If you are a bank, you are subject to a GLBA law. If you are insurance in the healthcare sector, you are subject to HIPAA. Most Fortune 100 companies are subject to Sarbanes-Oxley. So these are all laws you are subject to, which you have to comply with. And the CEO can be arrested if he or she doesn't comply with these laws. And that's a risk the CEO is putting himself or herself to. That is being aware of the compliance activities and the laws and ensuring you fall in line around them. So these are some of the IT risks you can be subject to. And what is the CIO's task? We started this presentation saying is 100% security possible. Increasingly, what is becoming aware is, while 100% may not be possible, the CIO and CISO, they need to ensure this cube, which is the risk cube, which is subject to threats from the vulnerabilities in your applications, the vulnerabilities in your assets, and threats from outside. You need to ensure this risk size is brought down as you move forward in your security life cycle. That really is the role of the CIO and the CISO. You need to ensure you're constantly bringing down the size of this cube. That is, the exposure to risk is being brought down step by step. Increasingly,